And so I wanted to call on, my colleague Jack Kearns, who has been spearheading the research and policy work. This has been funded and supported by the New World Foundation, who has been a huge champion for worker justice and worker rights. But Jack, if you could please briefly share some of the research that we have uncovered.
Yeah, thanks, Kent. Thanks so much for having us to talk about this issue. When we ask the question of how do children find themselves in these positions, to state it plainly, these children find themselves in these positions because they need the extra money to survive. And large corporations know this, and they try to take advantage of this vulnerability. At the UCLA Labor Center, we've been engaged in research on the rise in child labor for the past year, presenting our findings to various organizations in the hopes of building a broad coalition interested in fighting back against this issue. As part of our research, we actually interviewed several young adults who worked in hazardous industries as children as recently as a few years ago. This included picking grapes in agricultural fields, roofing homes, working in a sawmill, cutting wood with large electrical saws, working in a greenhouse for a full shift where temperatures reached 120 degrees. All these workers agreed that no child should ever have to work their respective job, but they all had to accept their job out of necessity. So continuing off of Kent's point about who is most vulnerable, many of you know there's also been a huge rise in unaccompanied migrant children coming to the United States who are attempting to escape poverty or violence, coming to the United States to make money for their family back home. And many of these children get trafficked into work, but it's also important to remember that many others have agency in deciding, look, I need to work, I need to support my family somehow, I will accept this job, even if it means I have to miss school. And this opens the door to accept a bad job where they're exploited. So while we do need be urgent in ensuring children do not work in these hazardous conditions that we've mentioned, like a slaughterhouse, we also need a holistic approach to child labor, which ensures that children, A, have access to some kind of job where they can attend school, make enough money for themselves and their family to live and not be exploited, or B, more ideally, is create the social safety nets and pay living wages to ensure that no child ever has to live in poverty or work to survive and can focus on school and being a kid. So as you've heard, this is a widespread problem occurring all over the country, red states and blue states. Data has shown that 49 out of 50 states in the past 6 years have had some kind of minor being employed in violation. So we really need to organize and build a coalition to fight this and ensure our children can be safe and healthy and obtain a quality education. So if anyone is interested in scheduling an event with us at the Labor Center and the New World Foundation, where we can present a more thorough presentation of this issue, please reach out to me or Kent, so we can share information at the end of this. Thank you.
Thank you both, Kent and Jack.